One of the big underlying frameworks is called funder mapping. And inside that is this thing called asset mapping. And what this was created around was the constant question I got from people about what is our lowest hanging fruit. So if there was any question I got in a discovery call the most, by far it was that, Mallory, can you just tell us our lowest hanging fruit? I'm like, no, I can't tell you that in 5 minutes after looking at the homepage of your website and I don't even understand your mission statement. Like, there's no way. But I was like, but I need to figure out how to help you identify that. And so that's what funder mapping is all about. So I realized that part of what, when people were hiring me on retainer and hiring me one-on-one, part of what I was doing was this process of lenses. So through executive coaching, I really learned about this idea of lenses, which is that we all show up to every situation with the perceptions, beliefs, desires, goals that we hold, right? I'm wearing blue lenses. Becky's wearing green lenses. John, you're wearing red lenses. And unless I put on your glasses, I'm never going to be able to speak directly to what it is you're interested in, right? And so the thing I saw with nonprofits all the time is they were sending the same type of outreach email to a foundation as they were to a corporate partner, as they were to an individual. And I was like, oh man, they really do not understand how differently those entities are thinking from one another and from them. So I walk people through a process that's called funder lenses, and we go type of, like, we do foundations, corporate partners. Inside corporate partners, I actually get way more granular because there's a big difference between marketing, corporate social responsibility, and a corporate foundation. So there's actually a different lens for each of those. And then we talk about individuals, which also there are a variety of lenses within individuals. But that's the first thing I have them do. I have them really deeply understand their current funders and funder prospects based on a number of different components. Then I have them do something called asset mapping. So I have them write out all of the things of value inside their organization. And I'm going to tell you, this is more magical than I even realized when I was first coming up with it. So the idea is that nonprofits are holding so many things of value that go way beyond the programs and services that they're offering. Their audience, their email list size, the thought leaders on their board of directors, the skills of their staff members, right? The product placement inside the gift baskets that they send out to their clients, whatever it is, right? There's so many assets, dozens, if not hundreds, inside these different organizations. So I have them write all of that out. And then I have them organize those types of assets by the desires of the different types of funders. So we know, right, that like a foundation might not care about your list size, but a corporate partner will. A foundation is going to care about thought leaders on your board of directors. Actually, a corporate partner might care about that too, right? If I have them organize them based on the funder lenses. So funder lenses are first. And then we see where's the most heat. So like if you look at your corporate assets and you have 56 of them, and you look at your foundation assets and you have 13 of them, then my goal is for you to start, your lowest hanging fruit is to build corporate sponsorship around either your current, like a full annual program or maybe a particular event, right? Because there's so much heat there. And it doesn't mean you're not going to have a foundation strategy. You're not going to have diversified funding, but you need to pick one bridge. I call it one bridge to start with, because the problem is that when we're trying to do everything at once, we are losing so many like brain calories to context switching. And we're building all these half-built bridges that are not getting our organization to where we're trying to go. So the funder mapping process helps you identify your lowest hanging fruit, and then you move into what's called effective engagement, which helps you apply everything you learned into your outreach, right? So you are writing totally different types of outreach emails than you ever wrote before, because you are talking to your funders through their lenses, you're talking about your assets, and you're talking about win-win partnerships. And I cannot tell you the amount of funders, I kind of feel ridiculous saying this. I have had so many funders thank me for how I teach things, and not like just saying like, thanks for like including our needs in the way that you talk about. I mean, I've had it happen in funding conversations, but I even had a situation where I led a training on corporate sponsorship, And the sponsor of the whole training came on at the end. I had no idea he was even there. And he just said, I just want to thank you for how you're training fundraisers around this, because there is, yeah, I know, it was wild. It was so wild. He was like, somebody can come to me with something I really believe in, but I have to pass this by 47 business partners. So if you cannot help me make the case around win-win partnership, I cannot bring this anywhere. And he's just like, I feel like I'm never getting emails like the one you described during this training. No one's ever talking to me that way. And I hear it from people inside Power Partners all the time that they're shocked with the response rate they get from people, how quickly they get in front of people, how quickly they get funding. And then also my favorite stories are the ones where, like, I just had this call with someone and she was like, I asked the questions, you laid out, and I just watched the funder's shoulders relax. And I heard her say, wow, no one's asked me that. No one's ever asked me that before.